Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are Group 15 will present final result of PBL project entitled Spatial and Temporal Analysis of Vegetation Fragmentation Dynamic in Urban Green Open Space based on multi-sensor data integration. The study analyzes the patterns of spatial and temporal fragmentation change in urban green space. This is our team PBL Group 15. The first, Hendrik Suma, Ranvitullah, Lu Nabila, Muhammad Afif, John Daniel, Andriano Ifrem, the last one, Muhammad Akil. Next, project description. This base learning project analysis spatial and temporal fragmentation of green open space vegetation on Batam Island using Sentinel-2 imagery 2020 and 2025 to support sustainable planning and verify compliance with 13% green open space regulation.
Next, I will explain the contribution of PBL to relate course. Number one, remote sensing. This course help the create satellite image processing and data acquisition using the GE or Google Earth Engine. Number two, photogrammetry. This course help create aerial photo acquisition using tools drone pattern, DJI Phantom 4 RTK, and using application software Agisoft Metashape. Number three, Indonesia League. This course help writing the uh, uh, final report. Number four, geographic information system. This course help the conduct spatial data processing from the remote sensing and from the photogrammetry using application geographic information system or GIS. Number five, English League. This course help the writing, the journal and slide presentation and communication is presentation. Number six, geometric technology. This course help the monitoring of PBL implementation every week from the first week until to 14 week. Next.
This slide compares blue-color composite map of Batam Island from 2020 and 25. It highlights change in land cover and urban development over time based on satellite imagery. Next.
And this, we go to our main achievement. We got map NDVI index between 2020 and 2025 using Sentinel-2 Level 2A satellite imagery, NDVI index using red and near band, and after the processing, we got the values is between minus 0.5 to 0.8 in 2020 and minus 0.6 to 0.9 in 2025. And we classify the values range into five classes based on journal, referencing by Sinaga et al. NDVI more detailed on fully vegetation like Pambil, Duriangkang, or Sekupang vegetation. And the Batam Island have decreased in 5 years. We can see in Nongsa and Batu Aji areas. Next. The next is in SAFI index. SAFI using red and near band. SAFI, the different with NDVI, SAFI has correction factor to minimize light reflection bias from the soil background, making it highly useful like Batam Center or Batu Aji areas. The range values more smaller than NDVI, and we classified into five class based on journal too. Next.
This map show RV or unvehicle resistant vegetation index. is a vegetation index that uses near-infrared, red and blue bands and is designed to reduce atmospheric effect to such as haze and aerosol. This index provides a more stable representation of vegetation condition, especially in urban area with complex atmospheric characteristics. Next.
GNDVI use grain and near band to indicate vegetation health, where higher values represent denser and healthier vegetation. Next.
And now for NDRE, use the red edge and near infrared bands. NDRE, it's a function to assess the health and quality of vegetation, especially dense and mature vegetation such as green open space. So that it appears that in the Pambil area, the Riangkang and Skupang, that the color looks more intense. Next.
Uh, Field sample data were used to validate vegetation index class 1 in 25 this original field data. Next.
And to verify our maps, we conduct a confusion matrix accuracy test. The result show that the SAFI index has a higher overall accuracy with 41.13%. This is an important note for us in evaluating how precisely this model represents field condition and our best to make a standard deviational ellipse. Next.
This map illustrates the spatial distribution and orientation of vegetation classified as good and very good. In 2020, the ellipse is oriented at 65.7 degrees toward the northeast, while in 2025, it shifts to 68.4 degrees toward the northeast, indicating a change in dominant direction of high-quality vegetation distribution. Next. The vegetation area diagram is used to evaluate complaints with law number 26 of 2007, which records at least 30% of urban area to be allocated as green open space. Based on the analysis in 2020 and 2025, Batam Island has met this minimum green open space requirement. Next.
Uh, and now for Flagstad, the radar chat compares the quality of 5 indicators. There is class of area, number of patch density, LPI or large patch index, and aggregation index. Across 5 assessment categories, values closer to 1 indicate better condition, while values closer to 0 indicate poor condition. And for class area, the highest values in the moderate and good categories indicate that the vegetation predominantly in moderate to good condition. And for number of patch and patch density, the highest score in the poor category indicate that the vegetation area is highly fragmented. And for aggregation index, highest values in the good and moderate categories indicate that the vegetation patches tend to cluster. And for LPI or large patch index, the highest values in the moderate category indicate that the No single for vegetation patch is dominant. Next.
Work area maps. This slide shows the mapped area of interest EOI based on imagery, highlighting define the project work area. Next,
This map is an orthophoto map that display green open space or vegetation resulting from aerial or drone photography in the work area marked by red polygon. Next.
Now I will explain the DTM map or digital terrain model. This model represents our bare earth surface by filtering out all vegetation. As shown in the legend, elevation in this area range from the 14 until to 36 meter. This data crucial for understanding the land morphology. Next. Next, I will explain the DSM map or digital surface model. Unlike the DTM, the DSM is captures the topmost surface, which include the tree canopy. Elevation peaks and 62 meters. By comparing the DSM with the DTM, we can see accurately calculate the relative height of the vegetation in this area. Next. Next, I will explain the DEM or digital elevation model. Uh, this model is the main model before being reduced to the SM and the TM, or a combination of the SM and the TM. We can see that the dark red color indicate in the area with the highest elevation or vegetation peak, while the dark green indicate the color lowest area or ground level. Next.
This overlay analysis map, we present a SAFI index overlay map for detailed identification of green open space in the Duriangkang Dam vegetation area through the integration of Sentinel-2 imaginary and drone aerial photography. The analysis results show the dominance of class 5 very good, where the compression of the two maps shows spatial consistency, proving savvy effectiveness in mapping dense vegetation. Next.
This slide display the drone timestamp data we utilized. This data records detailed positional information such as latitude, longitude, and altitude for each photo. And we got 88 photos on this work. This is our best to create the orthophoto, DSM, DTM, and DAM maps that shows before. Next.
This section present tax distribution and individual contribution in map processing. Next.
history of project implementation. This slide summarizes the project workflow, including activities, timelines, and project tracking. Next,
The main challenge in this study include difficulty in obtaining cloud-free satellite imagery and unpredictable rain weather during drone data collection, with limited flight time. Next.
And now for conclusion, uh, from our result, first, vegetation dynamics, analysis of Sentinel-2 imagery from 2020 to 2025 showed a decline in the area and density of green space vegetation in Batam City due to land conversion to build up areas. And second, fragmentation indicators. The decline in NDVI, RV, CV, NDRE, and GNDVI index values confirm that vegetation cover is becoming increasingly fragmented into smaller, unconnected pockets of land. And the last, spatial and temporal pattern, spatially fragmentation is concentrated in area of major infrastructure development with intensity increasing over time from 2020 to 2025. Next.
Documentation. These slides present visual evidence of project activities, including teamwork, file work, and site condition during implementation. Next.
Thank you for attention. That concludes our presentation. We apologize. We have any mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.